Alright there, YouTube. This is part 2 to that little video I made because the battery on my phone died. Basically what the deal is the wife left work this morning in a little car, and she just got up around the corner and she said this thing's starting to run hot. And she said it's squalling real bad. And I'm headed back to the house. She pulls in the driveway and shut it off, and getting moving, she stopped enough that it cooled off, got it back here to the house. Thank God it's, 27 degrees outside this morning. So it didn't get overheated, but when she come back with it, uh, I looked in there and belt's off, and I'm like, okay, why is the belt off? And lo and behold, the balancer where the rubber's at, it slipped, it slid out enough till it disengaged the belt, walked the belt off the bottom pulley, crank pulley. This is not the first time I've had to make this repair on a 3.4 V6. Seems to be a common problem with them when they get some miles on them. The little car, we bought it about a year ago, and bought it from an elderly lady and her husband. And they put a new engine in it. It's got maybe, I don't know, I want to say between 60 and 70,000, I think, on it. Somewhere in there. And it just started kind of being a problem for them. They put a new battery in it, put a new radiator in it, they put new electric fans on it. And she had a hard time getting her husband in and out of it, which it is a very low-slung car. And they ended up getting another car. They got a Crown Vic, which was easier for them to get in and out of. But anyway, we bought the car. And the wife drives it back and forth to work because it's real simple on gas. And she's got a pretty good drive from where we live over to where she works. It's about an hour and 15-minute drive one way. So it's like, okay, cheap car. We haven't put any money into it. The only thing I've done to it was change oil in it. It does have a little oil leak, which I'll fix this spring if we keep it. If not, I'll sell it or give it to the boy to drive back and forth to work or something. It's just a little beater car. It's got a little rust in the rockers, but it's real clean on the inside, and everything on the car works perfectly. Never fails to go. Always goes. So I go to O'Reilly's and looked the balancer up online, and they had a Dorman and an AC Delco. So I was like, okay, I'll go with the Dorman. It's a little cheaper. And my boy said, I'll use my discount. And the Dorman with his discount was $60.99. With this discount was like $32. Well, when we went up there, the one that they showed for it wasn't the right one. It wasn't even the right one for a 4-cylinder. I typed the number in for the one that they showed me and give me there at the counter, and it says it don't fit. I said, now why is it that I can go on your website, I can look up the right part, but you guys can't, and it's your website and you're in store, you should have more availability to your website than I do. Your interchange should work to show an interchange if there's a different part for it. But this part's completely wrong. And I said, O'Reilly wonders why people get pissed off when they give them the wrong part. You have a guy that's a DIY guy. It's not super automotive knowledgeable. And he goes up to get a part and spends the time to tear his car down to do it. And it's the wrong part. It's going to piss you off. So I said, here goes back to what I said when I had an issue with them over an oil filter back this summer. And they sold the wife the wrong oil filter, looked it up for the wrong car, looked it up for a different motor, and told her, oh, it'll work, it's the same filter. Well, it was not the same filter. And we had a big ordeal over that. Anyway, they made it right. They paid for all the oil. They gave me new filter, new oil, and everything else. So, long story short, the filter went on, but the O-ring wasn't in the right spot. And my wife changes her own oil. She knows how to do that. But the filter went up and it seated, but it didn't seal right. It blew oil out around the seal. Luckily, I was standing there, caught it when I seen the oil drip, and shut the motor off. So, It had oil pressure, so it didn't really hurt anything. But anyway, long story short, I had to end up ordering an AC Delco balancer, which was $83.99. I don't know why, because online price showed it as $71.99, so they wanted to let me have it. And with the discount, it was $55, $7, I think 28 cents the next day air it, which they ate that, so I didn't have to worry about that. Because I'd have been a mad bastard if I'd have come home and it's cold, laying out there in the ice and shit, and went to put that new one on that wasn't even the right one, which I looked at it and told them it wasn't the right one. So, and then you can see in the video, it slipped quite a bit. There's one edge of it where I tapped it back enough to get the balancer worked up behind the fender, and I had to like bend the inner sheet metal up on the fender well just enough to clear it. And then I ended up having to put lug nuts on the bolts to take up space so I could get the balancer in tight, because I couldn't run the bolts in far enough because they went through the balancer and hit the motor to pull it off. But it's off. So anyway, that goes to show you that if you want parts, look them up online on the website for whatever store you're going to. Because I have found with O'Reilly's, I have found parts online that they can't find, and then I give them the part number. Oh, there it is. And they go back and it's on the shelf. So take the time, go to O'Reilly's, put your car information in, look the part up, find the one you need, because sometimes there's multiple applications for like brake calipers, fuel pumps. Some things they may even put 2 to 3 different style calipers or different fuel pumps in a particular range of years. I've run into that on my F350. There's actually 2 different brake calipers for the front and the back on it. Same thing with the fuel pump. And then a lot of times too, you can go online once you get the right part number. Go online, and I'm not degrading O'Reilly's or Advance or any of these parts places, but you can go like to Rock Auto or Amazon and usually buy the part. I bought AC Delco parts on Amazon for pennies on the dollar what you can buy them at a local chain store. So anyway, I just wanted to add that to the video because my battery went dead. Everybody have a good day. Stay warm if you're in with this mess of snow in the Midwest. And get them hot rods worked on. Summer will be here before you know it. Later.